Yo, this is Jay from Straight Smoke Gaming, and in today's video, we are doing another offseason review. This video, we are focusing on the NFC West. That goes to the Cardinals, Rams, Seahawks, and 49ers. If you guys don't know, the Rams are my favorite team, so I've been looking forward to doing this one for a while. This division was pretty competitive in recent years. The past couple years, though, it hasn't really been that competitive. But I do think all the teams in it are still good, and you cannot really sleep on them. So let's go ahead and get started here talking with the 49ers. As you all know, 49ers, they were in the Super Bowl last year, ended up losing to the Chiefs. Let's go over some key adds. Leonard Floyd, Devondre Campbell, and then Ricky Pearsall. I have them going 13-4. Let's go ahead and talk about the key adds here. Leonard Floyd, good edge rusher coming from... last I knew he was on Buffalo. I don't know if he was still there. He was a former Ram. I remember that. I also think he was a Bear at one point in his career. He's pretty underrated. You know, he's not going to be a guy that goes out there and he's the best edge rusher for you, but he can go ahead and succeed as long as you put good players around him. Devondre Campbell, pretty good. Pretty sure he's outside linebacker, might be middle. Either way, he's a good linebacker. He's been dealing with some injury problems, so with the injury to Dre Greenlaw, I do not think he'll be ready considering he sustained that injury in the Super Bowl. So getting a guy like Devondre Campbell on a one-year deal is pretty good replacement. Should be able to fit in well with that 49ers defense, which is already stacked and really good. And Ricky Pearsall, he was the first-round pick. At the time, I thought it was a reach, but I did not know behind the scenes like they did. I did not know Brandon Ayuk was this mad, and he just requested a trade. So I get the point of taking a wide receiver. I mean, they're in a win-now period. They're not paying Brock Purdy much, so they want to try to move a guy that's going to make quite a bit of money so they can sustain a good roster. When you're paying guys a lot of money, it's a lot harder to win a Super Bowl. Like what the Rams did and what the Chiefs just did is not really normal. You're not supposed to win when you're paying a quarterback as much money as the Chiefs and Rams are. But there are ways to get around it, you know, by if you have a cheap wide receiver core, cheap running back room. So there's ways to get around it. Obviously, the 49ers don't have a cheap running back room or a cheap wide receiver core or really a tight end. I mean, Kittle's good. I would imagine he's getting paid good money. So going ahead and getting Pearsall in the first round, trying to replace, is probably good here for the 49ers. Next up, the Arizona Cardinals. Talking about key adds here. Marvin Harrison Jr., Trey Benson, and Sean Murphy-Bunting. I have them with a projected record of 5-12. Now, I could see them winning a couple more. I do think this team will be underrated. Go ahead and talk about key adds here. Marvin Harrison Jr., no question here, first-round pick. He was the most sure wide receiver in the draft. They needed a wide receiver. Kyler Murray needs weapons. Last time Kyler Murray had DeAndre Hopkins as his one, Cardinals were really good. That's when the Cardinals were making playoffs. So maybe, just maybe, Marvin Harrison Jr. is what the offense needs here to be a little bit more of a competitive team. Trey Benson, good running back out of Florida State that they took in the draft. I like him. I think he's a different change in pace than James Conner. I would imagine Trey Benson's a little bit more quicker than Conner. He's younger, so you not only do you reset the age clock, you also reset the salary if at some point you wanted to move off Conner in the upcoming years. But I do like Trey Benson. I think he will be a good running back. Next is they just got to put together a line to help block for him. And then Sean Murphy-Bunting coming over from the Titans. Pretty underrated corner. He's been dealing with injuries a lot. He's still young, so he's got that potential. We're just waiting for him to put together a full, healthy season to see what he really is capable of. But overall, I do think that is a low-risk, high-reward play if he does stay healthy. And another one that I did not mention here with the key adds is they also went out and brought Jonah Williams, I think his name is, from the Bengals. I'm pretty sure he was a first-round pick for the Bengals. So same thing with him. He's been injured. He's got potential. If he can stay healthy, you know, that could be a good piece to fill in as a swing tackle, or who knows, maybe if he comes out, plays like he's supposed to, being a first-round pick and stays healthy, he could easily be a starting lineman for them. But, 5-12, I could see them winning more. Wouldn't be surprised there. The Seattle Seahawks, talk about key adds here. Jerome Baker, linebacker coming over from the Dolphins. Jerome Baker's a pretty good linebacker. They did lose Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner was getting old, though. So getting Jerome Baker, he kind of like resets the age on it. So that's a good move there. I like it. And then Rayshon Jenkins, I believe they got rid of both of their safeties this year, Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. So Jenkins is a good safety. He can get the job done for you, so I do like that move. He's probably, honestly, a cheaper option than either one of them, so I do like that move here for the Seattle Seahawks. And then Byron Murphy, the second, was the first-round pick. This guy's a beast coming out of Texas. I wish the Rams would have traded up to get him because he would have been a perfect replacement for Aaron Donald. But, the Seahawks weren't going to trade back with a division rival and let them get another Aaron Donald-esque player, so... really good pick there. I think he will be a very good, important piece to the defense and especially the defensive line. He's big. He's quick for how big he is. So, yeah, I really did like that pick. I mean, you could ask Orb. You could ask Ovi. I was talking about this guy for a long time. He was one of my top guys I wanted the Rams to get. And then projected record, I have them at 7-10. I do think the Seahawks are good. I just don't know if they can compete with the Rams and the 49ers. Geno Smith is older. Geno Smith's not your typical quarterback that you would trot out there. He's okay. I'm not one of the Geno backers. I think he's a little bit overrated. I do think DK is a little overrated. I don't think he's as good as people like to say. Kenneth Walker is good. So, it's just a matter of how well this team works. This team, they're not really getting any younger. This is pretty much the same team they sent out there last year. There's really no key changes to the offense. So, mainly just defense. So, it'll be interesting to see if anything changes here. If they won one or two more games, would not be surprised. And lastly, we have the Los Angeles Rams, my favorite team. Let's go ahead and talk about key ads. You got Jared Verse, Tre'Davious White, and Jonah Jackson. Projected a record of 10-7. Let's go ahead and talk about the key ads a little bit more in depth here. Jared Verse, first round pick out of Florida State. I do like Jared Verse. Good edge rusher. We had good edge rushers, but I think this guy would, kind of set us over the top. When you lose Aaron Donald, you got to look to more people to step up because Aaron Donald, arguably the best defensive lineman in all of football, arguably the best to ever play defensive line in football. So when you lose a guy like that, you're going to need to look to either one guy to step up or everyone, and I think the Rams are looking to everyone. Jared Verse is going to fit in perfectly there. They also did get his teammate Brandon Frisk in I think it was second round. I like him too on the defensive line. Tre'Davious White, the Rams need corners. The secondary was rough last year. So going out and getting a guy like Tre'Davious White on a cheap one-year deal, if it works out and he stays healthy, we have a top corner when healthy. If not, we did not spend a lot of money. We didn't lock him up long-term. So I like the move to go ahead and get Tre'Davious White. He will fit in perfectly with the secondary. And then Jonah Jackson coming over from the Lions. He's one of the better linemen in my opinion. So going ahead and locking him up to it. I'm pretty sure it was a 3 or 4 year deal. Could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But we locked him up to a multi-year deal. Stafford's not getting any younger. You put together another better offensive line that'll help the running backs like Kyron and Blake Corum. See more rushing lanes, get more open lanes. So overall, I do like the pick. Stafford's getting older. Stafford has had some injuries in the past couple of years. So protecting him is important because sending out Jimmy G, he's not going to be able to do what Stafford does for the team. Stafford is... He's a legit quarterback, even at his old age. He's still one of the better quarterbacks in football. So 10-7, if they won a couple more, I would not be surprised. If they lost a couple more, I would not be surprised. The Rams are very driven on a couple players. So this year, if more people step up, I do think they will do better as a team. But that's all for the NFC West. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of any other projected records. If I missed any key ads, these are very opinionated videos. So if you disagree, go ahead and let me know why. I love to read that stuff. I'm an open-minded guy. But that's all we got in this video. So if you enjoyed, please remember to like and sub for more Madden content. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.